Alive. Good evening, Cider.
Yes. Are you live?
Yes, I am.
What is the agenda, please?
The agenda, I'm just explaining about this buyer that didn't pay attention reading the procedure. And that joker buyer, he's not a buyer. He said, teach me. I said, no, I'm not here to teach anyone. I don't have time. You read. We are the seller, not the teacher. I'm not here to babysit everybody. Yeah.
Exactly.
So I told him, find another job. This is not for you.
He's not a buyer. He's a broker.
He's a joker broker. He want me to teach him. I told him, this is not for you.
Exactly.
I am not here to teach anyone. We are here to sell. The production is available for real buyer, not for joker broker.
It is.
The procedure is online. If you read, you're a winner. If you don't read, you're a loser.
It is.
So what is the agenda this time?
Madam, this your rule is not only applied to gold business, but it applies to everything.
It is applied for everything. When you buy, you have to pay for it. Yeah.
And if you want to do something, if you want to buy gold, you have to know the procedure.
Exactly.
If you want to build a house, you have to know the procedure. If you want to do anything in life, if you want to build a business, you have to know the procedure. You cannot just start dreaming, and try to find your own procedure.
They're a dreamer. The procedure is very clear, Saida. The procedure is...
You have to read. You have to read.
They are jokers. The procedure, Saida, is very clear. The carat is 22. The purity is from 95, 96. That is the procedure. That is an offer to sell it to the world. The origin is Conakry, Mali, Sierra Leone. That is an offer that we have the products. The mode of payment is F.O.B. That is our procedure. You have to pay for it. Yes. It says on the procedure on every video. And then when you like it, you come to Wilhelmina, you send me an intention to purchase. The requirement that the buyer will send a letter of intent to purchase, his company name, address, email, the refinery address, it is on every video. I don't know why this joker buyer doesn't read.
Because they are dreaming.
I don't deal with dreamer. Gold is not for dreamer. Gold is for money. You're buying money to make money. So you cannot just dream to the money will come to you. Then you're gonna die with a dream. Yeah. Hey, there's a saying, you dream it, but you work for it. There's a saying, in God. Yeah. Go ahead.
It's not bad, but also be practical and use your practical rules to make your dream come true.
Exactly. When the buyer send a formal letter, we will send the buyer a letter of acknowledgement of his order. Yes, Mr. Buyer, we receive your letter of intent to purchase. The quantity you order is 50 kilos. We will reserve your order. So then, Wilhelmina will gather the buyer business registration, importation license, passport copy, the proof of fund. It says on this video. It says. But the buyer, when the buyers see this beautiful lady, they're gonna be excited. I'm not excited. You have to read. Yeah, you have to read. So that is how it works. Go ahead.
With a lot of brokers, they are not doing the proper business. They are the brokers. Their main problem is they are not doing the proper business.
They're not. They're not doing.
I have a
correct.
Named Nate. I know a guy named Nate. He mentioned originate from business originate from providing a service to someone who needs it. You
Mm-hmm.
must focus on the product satisfying the demand of your customer is the number one role.
Correct.
If you start to focus on how much your commission, this money, this money, how much money, then how much commission you will make, then you are on the wrong path.
That's correct. So now, attention, Mr. Joker Broker. You hear my conversation with Mr. Sider. Mm.
Ah,
Correct. Mm. And then they're gonna say, sign NC&DA. How much is my commission? Can you protect me? Oh, why are you asking that? You are not a buyer. You don't know what you're doing. I am not here to sign an NC&DA. I am here to sell directly to the buyer. Yeah, you got me?
yes.
The buyer is going to pay the buyer's agent because we give the buyer discount. It's up to the buyer to pay the broker. Yeah. Hmm. That is why I put everything online because buyer needs the supply, not the joker broker needs the supply. The joker broker is just only thinking about, oh, I want to become rich. How much is my commission? Can I get the commission for the rest of my life? I said, no, you're bullshitting. Hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
Why you gonna get the commission for the rest of your life? You're sitting down in your ass for doing nothing, and this this seller is mining gold hard under the heat of the sun. Yeah, this joker broker. Yeah,
Oh, if they want commission for their life, they have to write contract.
yeah. Well, he's not. He doesn't know his buyer. He just said that. Oh, I've been dealing with four of us. I said no, we're not. I'm not interested. Mm, yeah, I'm not. What a waste of my time. I put everything online so that the real buyer will see that hey, I found the main supplier, not for joker broker. Mm. That's why they don't like with Mrs. Ford because I'm very tough. This is my online office. Why you come to my office and ask for commission? Mm. Does that make sense?
Exactly.
This is my virtual office. You listen,
Yes.
you apply it, you learn out of it. And if you don't listen, if you don't read, well, you're the loser. But anyway, what's happening? What is the agenda in Dubai? What? Tell me about Dubai.
Madam, Dubai is a city of broker.
City of Joker Broker, right? So 98% in Dubai, the city, see, the place for Joker Broker. Hmm. There's so many buyer. One gentleman from Europe, he found me on YouTube and he said, I'm gonna tell you. He said, Madam, the world is on panic. The world is crying for gold and diamond. And I found you on YouTube. I've been watching your YouTube channel. Now I understand why this buyer in Europe has been duped because they were being offered very cheap. They were being deceived. Well, I told this gentleman, well, the buyer in Europe, they were naive, thinking, oh, I was being offered very cheap. I'm going to get a handsome profit. I want to become rich. You will become rich if you have a capital. Yeah. You become rich when you have a certain capital to start with. Yes. Now tomorrow,
Exactly.
I'm gonna have my Zoom conference. I was being booked to have a Zoom conference. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, anything else that we are gonna discuss about this Dubai Joker buyer, Joker broker?
Madam, it is good.
Mm-hmm. So, how is the weather in Dubai?
40.
Is it hot or just normal?
It's 40 degrees.
Here we are spring.
Hey,
We are spring in Brisbane. Yeah.
Madam, how many degrees does it get in the summer?
Summer sometimes 20, sometimes 15. It depends. We are tropical. I live in a tropical state. Yeah.
Oh, so in the summer it must get very warm.
Very warm. Yeah.
Here the degrees is 40.
I think us sometimes 20 or 30. Yeah. But in Canberra, the weather is cold because they have snow. And in Melbourne, the weather is full weather. They have rainy days, summer, spring. In one day, four weather in one day. So everybody has to bring umbrellas. And when they go out, they always have thick clothes. Here in Brisbane, we only have one piece. Yeah, because I belong to a tropical state. That's why they called it Queensland, a sunny state. Mm. So
It's better.
yeah, it is. I think the weather in Brisbane similar to Dubai, but Dubai is too hot. But in Brisbane, when summer, it's not much. Yeah, it's livable. Mm. Just like the Philippines, Brisbane is just like Manila. Just like Baguio City. Baguio City, you take a vacation in Baguio City, um, it's cooler. Here in winter, it's only wind, but still there's sunshine. Yeah,
It's good.
yeah. So I was been reading on the international border. I think they're gonna open by December. I think
I hope so.
so. December, January. Then that's the time I'm going to travel and bring buyers. I'm going to accompany the buyer. Yeah, by January.
Oh, Madam, I wanted to explain something about Dubai.
Yeah.
Yes, it is that I forgot to tell you. I was very scared because my visa is expiring on Thursday.
Mm-hmm. So you have to.
Everybody in Dubai,
Yeah.
everybody in their visa will be expiring on Thursday.
Well, you have to renew it. You have to exit it. You have to.
Yes, you have to cost money.
Well, you just go back home to United States.
So then I got good news
Yeah.
that they extend the visa for all visas till November.
November. And then.
Mhm. So it's good news. I
All
don't have
right.
to extend.
Okay. Me, when I travel to Dubai, I don't need a visa. Australian
Well,
passport given the 30 days visa.
it is even American.
Yeah. But I don't stay in Dubai. I only stay in Dubai 1 week, 2 weeks. That's all. I don't stay longer. Too expensive to stay longer in Dubai. Too expensive.
It is.
Hmm. I just rather stay maybe 1 week, then go back home to Australia when the buyer wants my extra services. Then I accompany the buyer, and that's it. Yeah. When I travel
Yes,
to
but
Africa
Dubai,
side there, I always budget the time. Nine working days the buyer stay, so I have to stay longer, maybe 2 to 3 weeks. That's all. Hmm. Yeah. I don't stay longer. I fly in and fly out. Yeah. That is my job. I fly in with the customer, fly out with the customer. I make sure that the customer is happy with my services, and I'm always in the airport to make sure that the buyer got the gold smoothly. Yeah.
it is.
Yeah. That is why the customer happy with my services. Hmm.
It is.
But my extra service is not for free. I put everything for free. I put the video, the The procedure that is impossible, the buyer doesn't understand. That's impossible. The real buyer sider would not talk too much, only bullshit buyer talk too much. Hmm. Yeah. I'll give you an example, Sider. I saw the advertisement on Facebook, the carpet cleaner. Mhm. And I called the carpet cleaner because I have a rug, big rug, to wash it. And they come and pick up the rug. And they ask for a down payment upfront. I don't have any problem. I don't know the rug company, but I trust them. Mhm. And they deliver my rug completely nicely, and I pay the balance. That is normal. You make a down payment. Buying gold exactly the same. You travel, you look at the gold in the office, you like it, you make a down payment, not upfront. You make a down payment, then the gold will be brought to the refinery, the local refinery, to assay the gold in order the buyer to see the carats and the purity of the gold. So you will get the assay report, right? And you need to pay $100 on every kilo that you order. For example, you order 20 kilos, so you have to prepare $2,000 to pay that to the local refinery because you are using their facilities. But if you don't have $2,000 to start with, so don't travel because gold is not for CIF. Gold is cash business. Yeah. So that is,
Madam, the only way you
yeah,
can get CIF if you are the owner.
yeah.
If your family owns.
But that most of the joker buyer doesn't understand what is the meaning of CIF, cost, insurance, and freight. Just like when you send a package, right? You bring your package to DHL, right? The DHL will weigh your package. How many grams? So then you pay for the package. Plus you need to insure the package. Yeah, you need to insure because in case the package will be stolen, so you have an insurance. Hmm. You pay the shipping cost because you're gonna bring your package. I'm just giving you an example, eh? You go to DHL, you bring your package to send it to United States, and the DHL office will weigh your package. How many grams? So whatever the gram, they compute the value of US dollar or Australian dollars. Because I live in Australia, so it's Australian dollars. So then I have to insure in case the DHL might lose my package. So if the package doesn't arrive, then I have to claim because I insure the package. Buying gold exactly the same. Yeah. But how are you able to insure the gold that you have not paid the gold? That is very common sense, is it? Common sense. Hmm. So that is the reason why the buyer fail. Because they think, oh, I want to buy gold, I will pay taxes. No, you have to pay the gold plus value the added tax. I watched the video on Uganda. Right. Uganda has a refinery. I watched that video, I got the lesson that no way you cannot get the gold without paying the product plus value added tax. That is normal because that value added tax has to be remitted to the government. The government used that money for their infrastructure. So how many million that Uganda lose money because most of the seller and the buyer are trying to smuggle it. So the country lose the income. I watched that video. So every country has to declare that the value added tax. Mm. Because yearly the seller has to remit what his income for the year. Yeah. Financial year, you're gonna fill in your sal in. So you have to remit the income of your production, that value added tax, the government will receive that so that the government can develop their bridges, the road, etc. That is normal, but most of the buyers are trying to smuggle. They don't want to pay in a proper way. Oh, I'll pay taxes, but how paying the gold? You cannot pay taxes without paying the gold. Hmm. That is the reason why most 95% of the buyer has been duped. That is the reason why. Hmm. Especially the seller offer you cheap price. And then the Ministry of Mines, so where is the receipt of cash flow to reflect? Because it would be registered that you are paying the gold. Hmm. So what happened at the end of the day? Your disaster. Does that make sense now? Hmm. So this video, the buyer would listen to this video. It is very simple. The requirement is in front of everyone on every video. Hmm. That is the reason why our selling price, today the price of gold is 62. Right. Right? The price of gold is fluctuate. Just a moment. Okay, this $62,000. Okay? Now, we give the buyer 5%. Spot price based on 62. Right. 62,000 less 5%. That is 58,900 on 22 carats. So now, Sider, I'm going to give the buyer 3% extra because when I travel with the buyer, I do charge my extra service. If the buyer cannot afford my extra service, you pay 5%. I will monitor your movement. But when there is an issue, don't come back to Wilhelmina. So the buyer has a choice. The buyer has a choice. Which one you like? I'll give you 8%. Then you need Wilhelmina. And if you cannot afford to pay my extra service, 5%. So which one you like, Sider, being a buyer? 8% or 5%?
Of course, 8.
Wonderful. So that is the reason why. And if I'll be with the buyer, that 8% would be more than 8%. More than. Because I'm going to ask my head office, okay, the buyer is with me and he trusted us. Why not give the buyer maybe 9 to 10%? Maybe. On the spot. So the buyer is a winner. But I will not give the buyer 10% prior to the contract because I don't know the buyer. So the buyer has to convince Wilhelmina that he has to show his business registration. The buyer has shown to his importation license and his passport copy. Most important is the proof of fund bank statement. We don't entertain bank guarantee. We don't entertain refinery guarantee. The refinery will guarantee to receive your gold when you bring the gold to your destination, and the refinery will pay you. Okay? So that is the guarantee that he will pay. But how about the gold? The guarantee you have to pay first before the gold will be taken out of the country. Yeah. That is very clear. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, Sider?
Yes.
Yeah, see. So any question?
That's all.
Okay. Now, Mr. Buyer, this is live. I mentor Sider. Sider, he called me and asked me question. I promised him that I'm going to mentor him. He lost money when he went to Uganda. So now he learned from his bad experience. So now he's learning from Wilhelmina. But I'm not going to mentor anybody except Mr. Sider. I met Mr. Sider in Dubai. He's a good friend of mine. We developed our good friendship because I assure him that he would not be duped again. So he's happy. That is why he called me. He asked me question. I've given him the answer through my virtual online office. Is that make sense, Ida?
Yes.
Are you happy with my mentoring to you?
Yes.
So what did you learn out of my mentoring to you?
I'm gradually learning about the gold business.
Oh, good, good. So Mr. Broker, I don't mentor anybody except Mr. Sider. You just read. The full corporate offer is in front of this video. Click below. There's a saying on YouTube, show more. I'm sure you will understand. Question and answer is on this video. Exactly the same what Mr. Sider asked me a question. Exactly the same. But I elaborate during my conversation with Mr. Sider. Is that make sense, Sider? So he was being disconnected. Mhm. Is that make sense now, Mr. Sider?
Yes.
Okay, I have to leave you because someone is also calling me. Mhm. All right. I have to leave you now. And thank you for your call. Any more question, just ask me. Okay?
Sure.
All right. Thank you very much and have a pleasant good evening.
Have a good day. How are you?
It's good. It's 7:41 in the evening here. We are September the 2nd. I could hardly pronounce your name. Can you pronounce your name?
Görüşürüz Ekrem abi. My name is C-U-M-H-U Cumhur.
It's still very hard to pronounce. But anyway, I received your message this morning. Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for founding me on YouTube channel. So what did you learn out of that video?
Yeah, I was watching the videos on Sierra Leone and how to produce gold. Then find your video and try to understand what you mean about this business in Sierra Leone. And really, the explanation and the details are very enough, quite enough to understand easily. And thank you so much for that kind of benefit you provide. Actually, can you please pronounce your name also?
Wilhelmina.
Spell your name?
Wilhelmina Ford. Mrs. Ford.
Wilhelmina. Okay.
Wilhelmina.
Okay. Wilhelmina Ford.
Yeah. How about you? Can you pronounce? I couldn't pronounce your name.
Yeah. Cumhur.
Jufus. Okay. Jufus.
Yeah,
How can I help you, Jufus?
Okay. Okay. First of all, thank you for your recall. And my partners are living in Europe, and they will be in Turkey, in Antalya again 1 week later. We will have a meeting here in Antalya. I am living in Antalya. They are living in Europe. One is in Amsterdam, one is in Spain, one is Belgium. They have owned their refineries, gold refineries, and these are among the biggest one over there. And they have very big capacity to resolve the gold in a fast way. Blah blah. Then and they told me that let's start with Sierra Leone, and because I was told that I have a friend more than 10 years in Sierra Leone. His name is Edward Faya Musa. Edward Faya Musa is my close friend and old friend. While I was working in Istanbul Atatürk Airport, he was there, and we met the first time. Then for 10 years, we talk on phone and internet and write each other, never stop it. So I told Faya, let's start a business between Sierra Leone and Turkey, as we talked before many times, try to find a way to do this. And because with my partners, we plan to realize it. And I asked Faya to find mine owners over there to bring gold to Europe refineries. And the problem is, the biggest problem that we face while the beginning is people over there ask for advance, cash money to move. But my partners are European guys and their minds are European, so they don't give any penny, even penny, before they touch the products. This is the problem, and I'm trying to solve this problem. How can I connect these two dots with a line without any uncomfortable area?
I want to connect Sierra Leone and Europe this money traffic while regulate this money traffic well. And I need your solution. How can we find a solution for this situation?
The solution is very easy. If you watch my Sierra Leone page this is my virtual online office. I'm always live every day. So the solution is very simple and clear. Now, maybe you were talking to one of your contact in Sierra Leone and he doesn't explain to you thoroughly what the government regulation. The government regulation is very strict. The gold belong to that country. So the gold belong to the country, and the owner of the gold has to inform the government that he's going to export to your partner. So you have been disconnected. So the owner of the gold, he owned the gold, but the government will charge the seller. The seller has to remit the value added tax. That is normal. When you buy, you have to pay what you are buying. So maybe that the seller, he was asking you upfront in different way. So he didn't choose the right word. There is no upfront. You have to travel by invitation. You inspect the gold. You assay the gold to GGO. You have to pay $100 per kilo. You inspect first the gold in order for you to see the purity and the carats. So there is a cost of $100 per kilo. You have to pay that to GGO government laboratory, which is they call that a refinery. That is a laboratory. So if you are really a businessman, you bring your gold taster in order for you to double check. So when you get the assay report, then you transfer the payment bank to bank, because the Department of Mines will not issue the certificate of ownership that you have paid the gold, so that it will reflect into the system to the Ministry of Mines that the seller sold the gold and the seller has to remit the value added tax. So it's not really upfront. Maybe your buyer misunderstood and the seller did not use the right words. And did they ask for advance? There is no advance. You have to travel, inspect, you like it, you pay for it. Yeah.
Okay, Wilhelmina, I have a question right now. If there are many scenarios to do this business, but we are trying to realize like this. If it's okay, I will explain. My partners don't want to travel to Sierra Leone. They want to order the goods, and they sign a contract between the refinery and the seller, the mine owner. Then the mine owner, the seller, export it to Europe. Then they send the money to the bank account. Is it possible?
No, it's not possible. It's not possible. Your buyer is buying money to make money. So why the money would come to him and we don't know him, and the seller and the buyer doesn't know each other? It is not possible. It's not. That is the reason why your buyer had a difficulty getting the gold. That is the reason. Because your buyer, your partner knows that this is money is going. Now, assuming I'm the owner and you're the seller, you're gonna send me the gold and you have not paid the gold. What happens if the gold arrive in Europe and the gold is already in the hand of the buyer? What happens if the buyer default the payment? No, it wouldn't work at all. Before the gold leave the country of origin, you as the buyer, you have to pay for it. Maybe 50% or 30% down payment. Then the seller will deliver the gold, and we need to have a contract. We need to scrutinize who is the buyer. Where is the address? Where is the refinery? You never know that your buyer that might kidnap the seller. You must remember The seller is a colored man. Yeah. There's so many incidents that the gold arrived in Europe and then the buyer defaulted the payment. It wouldn't work at all. I myself will stop it. Hmm. You got me? I was being disconnected. You were being disconnected.
The connection is very weak.
Yeah.
Connection is very weak.
No, your connection. Maybe you
Okay,
can
if I call
download.
you,
Maybe you can
yeah, I
download
will
Zoom
change my
or
place.
what or
I
Skype.
will change my place. Is it okay if I call you back 2-3 hours later?
Yeah, you can call me. The time here is
Thank you so
7:51.
much.
I would be closing midnight because you have a time difference. In Turkey, you are on morning, which is I think
10,
it's
10,
you're
it's
11
10 to,
o'clock.
10 to 1. It is 10 to 1 now.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And in Sierra Leone, 3
In,
hours
in Sierra
before,
Leone, it says
10 to 10.
midday. I think 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock in the morning. Yeah.
Okay, 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 okay. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you
Thank
for our
you.
conversation.
For,
But if you
thank
think
you,
that
thank
your
you.
buyer wanting the gold for nothing, it wouldn't work. And I will tell you, good luck. Hmm.
I have a solution for this. I need some time to explain this with the diplomatic way. The consulate of Europe in Sierra Leone and the trade responsibles working in consulates should help us between this product and money transfer. I will tell you. I will call you back if it's
No,
okay for
if
you.
you have a contact in Sierra Leone, you better talk to your contact. I'm not here because our policy is completely different. Yeah. So if you have a contact in
Okay,
Sierra
I
Leone, you
want to.
better contact that person in Sierra Leone, and then you coordinate with them. But to me, I wouldn't be able to help because I'm too busy. My job is to sell, and I'm not here
Okay.
to give you information. You as the
Okay.
buyer's agent, you do the research. You have already a contact in Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone, you better contact the person there. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Thank you
Okay.
very
Thank
much.
you.
Have a pleasant good evening.
Okay.